first ever person I interview. I usually kind of just stay in the office, but today they let me out in the field to interview the general public. And you are just so happen to be the first person I saw, and the first person said yes. Not that I asked 100 other people, and they all said no. But thank you again for being the first person I interview. Before we take your picture and everything, I just want to tell you that this will be posted in the paper. All the way in the back, though, so nowhere near the front. But I just want to let you know that. So beware of your answers, just in case. Okay. Okay. Let's see. It's no answer specific. You can stay anonymous if you like to. But let's start. And they also didn't give me a real mic. I had to use the one I found in my drawer. So if I ask you a question and my finger gets a little too close to you, it's because that's my mic. Okay. Okay. So first question on my notepad. I practiced this 1,000 times. My first question is, what is your name? Okay. Oh, maybe I should have wrote that down. Sometimes the pen doesn't work. Okay. Next question. How long have you lived here? Okay. Would you? Don't worry about me writing them down. Okay. I'm recording and I can write them down later. Okay. Don't worry about it. So would you say that you lived here more than the average person or less? Okay. And this one question was for me. If you could be a Star Wars character, who would you be? Cool. Yeah, I would probably be Han Solo. But yeah, cool. Okay. Next, out of all of the Marvel Avengers movies, so only Avengers movies, not from Phase 1 or Phase 2, only Avengers movies. So the first Avengers, Age of Ultron, Infinity War, Endgame. Which one's your favorite, and why? Oh, fascinating. Okay. Okay, so enough of that. Those were for me. Okay. Um, what would you say you love most about this area? And what would you also change about this area? Okay. Okay, and then what would you change? Okay, so it seems like you really like this area. I do too. Let's see, now that we got your area down and where you're from, well, you're from here, I guess. Sorry, I'm nervous. It's that first time at office. Let's see. No, let's skip those. If you could put one food in your refrigerator and have it forever, what food would it be? Okay. Now, if somebody got on your computer and looked at your search history, whether on Google or whether on YouTube, how would you explain it in just 3 words? How would you explain what they find in just 3 words? information, all our data, how would you explain what memes are to them? And if aliens came down, who would you tell them our leader is? When they say, take me to your leader, who would you say our leader is? I guess it depends where you're from, but... Okay. Now this one's gonna be a tricky question, okay? Okay. Have you ever been interviewed before? It's tricky, I know, because you could say no because I'm your first, or you could say yes because I'm your first. Get it? It's tricky. It's okay. Sorry. It's a little insider joke. I saw some of the reporters at the office do, and I thought it was funny. Okay. Let's see. Do you think I'm doing a good job so far? Okay. I just had to ask. Okay. Now, what would you change about your life? Okay. And now, what do you love most about your life? Okay. Well, one thing I love being a reporter. Even though it's my first time, I love being a reporter. I usually edit all the reports and articles that I see people do interviews for, and I'm just so glad I'm actually out in the field this time and not in the office. So, thank you again for being my first. Okay, so there was no set questions on what I had to ask the general public. I'm just to find out information about them. So, what would you say your occupation is, or your job, or your current status of employment? Okay, complicated. I get it. I understand. Tough times right now. Okay, now would you say you own between 0 and 1 car, or more than 1 car? Okay, and now would you say during your lifetime you have built more than 5 Lego sets, or have you never heard of Legos? Okay, I also love Lego sets. What about puzzles? Are you a puzzle person or a book person? Okay, that's not going in the article. That was just for me. Sorry. Okay, another thing that will be going in the article is, what do you do for fun in this area? Okay, is that actually fun or no? Okay, once again, I like to build the Lego sets. That's kind of what I do for fun. That and puzzles and coloring books and stuff. Yeah, I really like staying inside. I don't like going outside too much. Yeah, but it's fun to be out here though. Like, even though we're inside, but out in the field, not in my cubicle. It's a nice cubicle though. I promise. It's really nice. Okay, just a couple more questions, and then I'll let you go. Okay, and I'll give you the $10 I promised you. Okay. 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 Let's see. If someone would stop you on the street and ask you for 10 minutes of your time for an interview, would you do it? Again. Does that mean I did a bad job? Okay, you're just a busy person. Okay. Sorry. One more question, and then we could go. Okay. What is your favorite type of ASMR videos? Okay, well, that's it. That's all my questions I have. So I really appreciate you coming by, and if you don't mind, I want to take a picture of you, if that's okay. Just for the article, not for me to keep, because you're my first ever interviewee. Okay, okay. So if you could just hold still, the flash is not on or anything, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, just hold still. Okay, it actually looks amazing. Thank you so much for being my first ever interviewee, and I will give you the $10 when we walk outside. Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Bye.